Welcome back to another episode of the Breadwinner Energy Podcast. Hello, friends. I cannot believe that it is the end of 2023. This year has weirdly been a blur. I think that's just the best way to describe it. It has been a blur. It has been equally long and short all at the same time. And it feels like I had my second daughter like years ago. I had her in April. That felt like forever ago. I feel like this year has literally gone in like every quarter has felt like a year, which is funny because starting next year, me and my team are going to start planning our years in quarters, which we got that from one of our students, Kristen. She's reading a book. She told us all about it, and we're going to start planning that way, which is really fun for me. Extremely fast with every single thing that I do. And so with that being said, I am always like going, and planning an entire year in a quarter to me is like a freaking dream. So that is going to be fun. As speaking of 2024, starting on January 8th, we come back from our holiday break and we are starting Offer Bootcamp, which is going to be 6 weeks long of coaching, weekly calls, as well as Slack coaching to build your group coaching program. So many of you I have spoken to recently said that you are either starting to build a group coaching program or thinking about building a group coaching program, or you have one, but you're not getting clients and it's not consistent and you're not able to scale it. So no matter which case scenario you're in, both of my offers are for you. The boot camp is just 6 weeks long, and it is to help you build your program in a way that we call top tier. So inside Group Coach School, our 12-month coaching program, we help you build top tier group coaching program, and then we help you put around messaging and marketing in it so that you can easily and effectively sell it and you can become known in your niche. And the way that we help you build this is a way that allows you to stand out in your niche because you're not comparable to anyone else. Your program literally is so unique and, again, top tier that no one can compare it to what they're doing, because it's, even if you serve the same person and even if you maybe do the same things or something close to, it just cannot be matched. And so inside the Offer Bootcamp, I'm going to help you build your offer, whether you have a small audience, whether you've only one-to-one coached, whether you are thinking about stepping into coaching, or you're thinking about building a group coaching program. No matter what that looks like for you, we're going to have that done in 6 weeks. Now, we're really probably going to have it done in like 3 to 4 weeks, but I always give our girls like 4 to 6 weeks because it takes time to build your own decisions, but also in there, we're going to talk about building your own curriculum. So if you're inside Group Coach School, you take 30 days to build your top tier offer and make all the decisions about your offer. And we do something called your offer story. And then in month 2, you're building and recording your curriculum and getting it ready to sell. And then month 3, we do pre-marketing, pre-selling. And then months 4 through 12, we're doing launching and relaunching, and we're running the data and seeing what's working and seeing what messaging is converting. And then we're continuing to build and sell from there. Now, the thing is, when I say launch, and we've talked about this before, but when I say launch, we do not do like long drawn out launches. We don't do ads. You don't need a team. You don't need a large audience. And we're today going to talk about having or selling a group coaching program if you have a small audience. But that is what we do inside the program. And so inside this 6-week offer bootcamp, you're going to be able to build that offer and curriculum with me live. And if you join at the link below, you can get your seat for 6 weeks for only $197. So if you're listening today on the day this drops and you're inside of my community, you actually get it for $97. But if you do not, if you're watching after, you're listening after today, then it is $197. So go grab the link, secure your seat in there. It's going to be so much fun. I don't know what it is about coaching, but it literally is so much fun to me. If I could do nothing else in my life, I would probably like run a coffee shop on the beach and then coach people like all day long. And that is all I would do besides spend time with my kids and my husband. That is like the dream. Speaking of kids and husband, I'll give you guys a little update. My husband and I moved our youngest baby into her own room on Saturday night. I was not ready for that. But prior to this, we were room sharing. She had her crib in our bedroom, and she was getting up in the night. It was like every other hour. There was like for a while, we were only getting up with her like maybe 2, 3 times a night. But then it got to being like every other hour we were getting up with her, and it was exhausting. And this last week, my husband was gone so much for work that literally I only saw him in passing. Like he was gone overnight and he was working nights, and like we barely saw each other. Well, Friday night, he had a long, long day at work. And then she was up every hour. And then he had to get up on Saturday and go to work. And so I was like, okay, we need to start sleep training. And so I got taking care of babies sleep training course, and everyone had recommended it to me. And so I was like, okay, let's just do it. And she recommends that the baby's in their own room. Now you can't do it with the baby in your room, but she recommends they're in their own room, in their own space. And I was like, okay, I think that we should start sleep training. And my husband's like, well, then she needs to be in her own room. And I wanted to cry because I was like, no, I'm not ready. She's almost 8 months old. I transitioned my first into her own room at 9 months. And I always said that the second time I would do it sooner because it was worth it. Like she slept better, we slept better. And so we did, even though I was against my will. Not really, but I was just not ready. We did transition her into her own room, and we started sleep training on Saturday night. And since then, she has put herself down to sleep and put herself down for naps within less than 10 minutes of laying her down. And she is sleeping 11 hours a night with only one wake so far. And that wake is literally only like 10 minutes or less. And so I'm considering this a win. I have slept 8 hours officially a few nights in a row, which I have not slept 8 hours for like a year and a half because I did not sleep like that when I was pregnant. I slept awful. So huge wins as we wrap up into the new year, going into a fresh year with being able to have our bedroom and our bathroom back. Okay, let's get into today's episode, which is building a group coaching program if you have a small audience. Now, I hear this all the time from people. They're like, I don't know. I think I need a one-to-one coach first. I have such a small audience. I don't know if I can fill a group. Let's break this down. And I think it's hilarious because I'm curious what you guys consider a large audience, because I do not consider myself to have a large audience. I have about 2,000 people on my email list currently, and I have like 9,000 people on my Instagram. However, my Instagram is also filled with people from my agency, because when I had my agency and I was a virtual assistant and an OBM, I had the same Instagram account. And so a lot of my followers are actually wedding professionals. And while wedding professionals could consider be ideal clients if they move into the coaching space, a lot of my following actually came from 2016 to 2018, before I was even coaching. And so I would say like a good amount of my followers are not actually qualified or ideal clients, qualified buyers. They're mostly like wedding professionals. I've got a lot of service providers. And again, if service providers are looking to start a group coaching program, they could be a qualified buyer. But I just want to preface it by saying my entire audience in itself is not qualified buyers. But to me, that's a pretty small audience compared to a lot of other coaches that I follow or that I know. Now, I also want to say that when I hit my first 6 figures, I only had 500 people on my email list. And I only had, I want to say like 3 to 5,000 people on my Instagram account. It wasn't that much. And so you don't have to have a large audience. Now, to you, again, this might still feel like a large audience. You might be like, Tay, I've got like 50 people on my list. So if this is you and you're listening and you're like, there's no way I can fill a group coaching program. I've never filled an offer in my life, and I only have like 50 people in my realm. This is 100% for you, because this is the thing. First and foremost is when we help you build your top tier group coaching program, we help you build it so specifically and uniquely that it speaks directly to your ideal client. We nail your messaging. Like in that first month that you're with us and we're making program decisions, all of these program decisions are to nail your marketing, who you help, how you help them, what you do, how you do it, what your curriculum is, what you believe, like your mission, vision, values, and then your program promise. What does your program promise? What results do you guarantee? Now, a lot of my students are like, I'm hesitant to guarantee results because I don't know if I can. We teach you how to do this. We teach you how to guarantee results, how to build a program promise, and how to lay out your offer so specifically, again, that you're speaking to someone so clearly in your messaging that it's easy to convert buyers. We also help you determine who is a qualified buyer, because there's a difference between your niche, your ideal client, and your qualified buyer. Those are three different terms. Your niche is like your overarching category of people that you help. So for me, it's like coaches, right? Coaches and service providers, but it's like a really wide niche. So then an ideal client within there would be a service provider looking to step into coaching with a group coaching program, or a coach ready to build and scale her group coaching program. And then inside of there is qualified buyer. So inside of that, even ideal client, there's who makes you qualified. First and foremost, to make you qualified, you have to have already started a business. Like you have to have already been in business. You already have to have made like some kind of money in your business, possibly. Like that's a pretty good indicator. Or you've started your email list, you started building your community, you have your EIN, like you've started. Like let's just start there. But then also you're like money driven, you're high achieving. And when I say money driven, I don't mean like you only care about money, but like it matters to you, like making six figures matters to you. You care about it. You want to do that. Um, Possibly you want to be the breadwinner. You have really big dreams. You're high achieving. You're a go-getter. You're probably a mom. Like that's one of my, and when I say qualified, there's a difference between like you can't join our program if you're not a mom, versus like this makes you qualified of how I'm going to speak to you in my messaging. So it speaks directly to you. Obviously you want a group coaching program that's high ticket. You want to be inside of a group coaching program and you care about community. This is one of my qualifiers that's like a non-negotiable, is that you care about making impact. Like you care about clients. Yes, you're money driven, you have your own really big goals, but you also equally want to change other people's lives in the online industry. Like that is a really huge indicator for me that this is going to be a good relationship. Um, that you don't care about running ads, because we don't teach that. Like there's a lot of ways to qualify your buyer, and then also determine how am I going to speak to someone so they know exactly who I'm speaking to, right? And so that's the kind of qualifiers that we help you decide in your program, so that when you go out and start messaging and marketing and creating content, you're speaking directly to your people. Now, if you do not have a very, very crystal clear offer and you're going out and creating content online, you're posting and praying. And it's probably not converting for you. And it's a big, big waste of your time and energy. And the reason being is because you need to go back to the drawing board and you need to solidify your offer and your offer story and your angle of how you need to speak to your ideal client in order to convert them in your content. And if you don't know how to do that, then creating content's pointless, but it also has to match your offer. So the offer has to be built first. Now, for a lot of you too, you've been told like you need a one-to-one coach first, or you need to have a membership or a low ticket offer or a course. And for some of you, you feel more comfortable doing that because you think it's going to sell better. But I want to remind you that if you do not know how to speak directly to your audience, and you do not know what they want, and you do not know how to use your content and speak directly to them with clear messaging, it doesn't matter what you sell, and it doesn't matter the price you sell it out. Nobody's going to buy it. So we teach you to build a top tier, high ticket group coaching program and scale your business to six figures. And once you've done that, you can add in all the other things in your offer suite: the course, the membership, the low ticket offers, the one-to-one coaching. Like all of these things can then be added to your suite. But if you are under six figures, it is really important to really hone in on one high ticket group coaching program or offer, so that that is the only thing you focus on. You master knowing how to build an offer that converts. You master messaging. You master converting your content. You master sales and sales conversations. Once you have all these skills, you know how to talk to people, you know how to create content, you know what converts, you know how to create good messaging, you know how to do sales, then you can have as many offers as you want. But if you have not mastered those skills, it's not going to change if you add more offers to your suite, or if you have a lower ticket offer. Now, for some of you, you've even been told like you have to one-to-one coach first. This is so not true. Most of the students in my program have not coached before or one-to-one coached first, and they just all started with group coaching programs, because I've said this on the podcast too before, but if you start with one-to-one coaching, and you go out and you get one-off clients and one-off clients and one-off clients, you're probably altering your coaching to match your client. And then you're trying to decide, okay, well, how do I get more of these clients? Because I don't know how to nail my messaging and my marketing, because I'm helping three different clients do three different things in three different ways. So that tells me you don't have a process, you don't have a curriculum, you don't have a qualified buyer that you're always speaking to, and that is not going to help you in the group coaching program. So then you're going to start filling in your one-to-one spots. You're not going to have any confidence in selling group or coaching a group because you've never done it before. And then when you do go to create a group, you're like, I don't know who to speak to and how to create it or what to do or what program promise to have, because I've helped 5 different one-to-one people and I've helped them all with different things, and they're all been different businesses and they've all been different people. And now I don't know how to build a group. And that is why starting with one-to-one coaching first is not helpful at all. It doesn't do anything for your group coaching program. The only way that that was going to help you is if you say, okay, I'm only for one-to-one coaching, I'm only going to work with this specific person and this qualified buyer, and I'm only going to help them get this specific outcome. And I'm going to use this curriculum. And then you get 5 to 10 people through that, which is possibly going to take you 6 to 12 months. And then I'll put them all into a group and do the exact same thing. Why not just start with a freaking group? Right. And for a lot of you too, even your one-to-one clients don't want to be in a group. And so they're not even the same buyer because they don't want to be in a group. They want one-to-one coaching. So again, then you try to move them to a group. They're like, no, I don't want to be in a group. I want one-to-one coaching. So you're trying to sell to people who aren't actually going to fit the group. See, so that's why that doesn't align at all. So let's now take this back to having a small audience. If you have like 50, 20, let's even say 20 people on your email list who are qualified buyers. Your job is to convert those 20 people into buyers. As you're in our process, we're going to teach you lead generation, and we're going to teach you how to get new people in your audience all the time through your content, through podcasting, through Pinterest, and driving traffic into your podcast and into your social media and into your email list. So we're going to always be teaching you your business should always be driving traffic for you. And then we're going to teach you how to convert with content. We're going to teach you how to sell, sales calls, consults, all that. But your job is to convert the 20 people who are already on your list. Because if you converted 10 even of those 20 people, if you converted 5 in the beginning of those 20 people, or you converted all 20, you have a full group, right? So it's not about needing thousands and thousands of people on your list or thousands of people following you. It's about knowing how to convert the people who are right in front of you already, who have already said yes, they're already interested in what you're doing, they already signed up for your email list. Why are you not converting them? And if that's the case, if you have 20, 50, 100 people on your list in your audience and they're not converting into buyers, then that tells me that you have a messaging problem. You don't have a lead generation problem. You have plenty of leads right in front of you. You don't have maybe you have an offer problem because that's also tying into your messaging. But what I'm hearing is you have a messaging and a content problem. Now, if you're getting consultation calls every single week and nobody's buying, you have a sales problem. But for so many of you, you think I need a bigger audience, or I need this other thing, or I need this other thing. No, you need to know how to message correctly in order to convert your buyers into your clients, your leads into buyers. And if you don't know how to do that, you have to learn. That is a learned skill. That is what we teach you. So this is where it's really important to not say, I need a bigger audience. It's, I need to learn how to convert my audience into buyers. Okay. So this is what I'm trying to help you guys learn, is to break these thought patterns of needing a bigger audience, needing a team, needing paid ads, needing one-to-one coaching first. You don't need any of that. You need to know how to package your program or your offer or your skill into a top tier high coaching program. And then you need to learn how to use your messaging and your content to convert, and then your sales skills to get leads into buyers. That is it. And if you're not at 6 figures, those are the only things that you have to worry about. Nothing else. Not a fancy website and a fancy brand shoot and all the bells and whistles and funnels. And you don't have to do any of that. You need a top tier offer, just one. And you need to learn how to create content that converts with really good messaging. And you need sales skills. That is it. That is all you need. And I really, really wish someone had told me that back in the day when I was hustling and grinding and trying to do all the things to make 6 figures for 5 freaking years. I wish somebody would have just told me that. Like, just make it simple, make it easy. And for you guys, you're probably like, Tay, you're making this sound so simple right now. It cannot be that simple. I promise you it is. And when you learn the skills and then you piece them together, you're gonna be like, oh my God, why did I wait so long to like figure this out? That was exactly how I felt. I was like, why have I not figured this out sooner? Oh my gosh, it did not have to be so hard. But a lot of that comes down to your mindset. A lot of that comes down to making decisions, making fast decisions, being willing to change, being willing to pivot, being willing to invest and get in the room with people who know these skills, who can teach them to you. That's what's important here. But what I will say too is you have to decide, like you have to make a decision and then move forward. Like it can't be, I'm thinking about doing this, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm thinking about working with this niche, but I'm not sure. I'm thinking about stepping into coaching and having a program, but I'm not sure. You have to decide. I'm going to have a program and now I'm going to package it and I'm going to sell it. And that's it. You have to just make the decision and then move forward on that decision. Because there's no such thing as like right and wrong decisions. It's the decision you love and you make right. But you're going to get a lot further by just making the decision, moving forward. And sure, you might have bumps along the way or failures, as people like to call them, and redirections. But you're going to get a hell of a lot further if you do that than you will by just saying, I don't know. I haven't decided. Right. So let's talk a little bit too about top tier. What is a top tier coaching program? This is how I define a top tier coaching program. Number one is it is not comparable. Nobody can compare it at all in the industry because it is yours. It is your brand. It is your mission, your vision, your values, paired with your ideal client, paired with your curriculum that you've created, the program promise that you have at the price that you sell it. There is literally not going to be a single other offer in the industry that even matches that. It doesn't exist, right? So that's first and foremost is it cannot be mimicked. You have your own curriculum. You've built your own steps in your own roadmap. And if you're like, hey, I don't know how to build a curriculum. I know, get inside group coach school because I'm going to teach you how to build a curriculum. I don't expect you guys to know this stuff. This is why I teach it. Number two is making it top tier is that it is actually hands-on coaching. It is not a course with some calls. It is not a Facebook group and a curriculum, and then we do a call and you just come and you have to ask your own questions and it's just open coaching and you figure it out. That is not a group coaching program, my friends. That is like a membership / course. No, a top tier group coaching program is a step-by-step framework or curriculum that your students follow to get the said result, paired with what do my students need to be supported to get this result. So I'm going to break this down for you. Inside Group Coach School, in 12 months, you're going to build your top tier high ticket group coaching program. You're going to launch it and you're going to become known in your niche and you're going to make your investment back. Now, how are we going to do this? First and foremost is with our curriculum. Our curriculum lays out the step-by-steps that you need in order to build and launch and be known in your industry and make your money. We teach all of it inside the curriculum step by step. And it's also like, do this first before you can move on. You can't start pre-launching. You can't start marketing and selling and doing content before you've built the offer and made your decisions. You cannot start building your curriculum and recording your program if you've not made program decisions. You have to follow it step by step. Then on Mondays, we do something called open coaching. Open coaching meaning you can come and get coached on anything that you want that's inside of the program that I teach. So this is like a free for all. So this is where some of our students might be at like a higher level, a lower level, but you're all in the same room together because this is where you guys can learn from each other. And it's not broken out into rooms here. But then on Thursday mornings, we have cohorts, which is small group. So you're either in the building small group cohort or the launching cohort. And if you're in building, all we're talking about is making decisions on your offer and building your program. If you're in the launching cohort, we're talking about pre-sale, we're talking about launch, we're talking about sales, we're talking about marketing and messaging and content and converting. And then you're broken out into smaller groups, and that's the only thing that we focus on. And once you've mastered building your offer, you move into launch cohort. Then on Thursdays, every other Thursday, we do guest experts or copy. So we have a copy coach on our team, Jenny Roth, the famous Jenny Roth, who is a former student of mine. She's our copywriter. So she comes in once a month and does a call with you guys on your copy, your sales copy, your launch copy, your sales page. And then she also gives you hands-on one-to-one feedback via Loom on your launch copy and your sales page. So this is where it's top tier, is because I'm filling in all of the gaps that you need to get your result. I'm not just saying, here's a course, come ask me some questions, right? No, I am leading you as the coach, as a leader on what I think that you need in what type of room and what type of calls and what type of form and format in order to get this result. And then you have a Slack channel that you can be coached in all week, every week by me and our co-coaches. You can get all of our hands and eyes on your offer for offer audits. You can get coached on your mindset, your price, your offer, your program decisions, your program result, your offer story, your niche, your launch, your sales, your marketing, your lead gen, you name it. We coach you on it in Slack. So you have a question that comes up in between calls, you put it in Slack. The other thing that I've built is a really, really hands-on community, meaning that our students are invested in each other's lives and relationships and businesses. Meaning that not only do you get coached from me every week, and yes, me, I don't just ship you off to my co-coaches and say, see you later. I'm actually the one coaching every week in the program. You also get our other co-coaches and our copy coach, but you also then get the community. So when I come into Slack to coach, most of the time, a community member has already replied to you, has already given her feedback or her advice. And if someone doesn't know in that group, like if I don't know or a co-coach doesn't know, a student knows. And if a student doesn't know or a coach doesn't know, we all know someone who knows someone, right? So we always have enough resources in order to fill in all the gaps you need to be successful. We don't just pull you into a program, tell you to use your portal, and then ship you off. To me, that is not a group coaching program. And so in order to make your program top tier, I believe it needs to be hands-on. It needs to be supportive and make impact and actually get people results. And that's how we help you make like the really good program decisions so that you can have a program that is like that too. And you don't just have a course with some calls and a program that doesn't get people results. And so if you have been thinking, I want a group coaching program, but I don't know how to package it. I want a group coaching program, but I think I need a one-to-one coach first. I want a group coaching program, but I have a small audience, or I'm still at my 9 to 5, or I have no idea how to sell it, or my list is all freebie seekers, or I'm afraid, or what if only one person joins, or I'm too old and no one's going to care about me, or you feel overwhelmed by all your ideas and you're not actually taking action, or you think no one's going to actually notice you or buy from you because you're not an influencer. You need to be inside my group coach school, because that is all the things that we do and coach on, and I combat all of those things because you don't need any of those things. You don't need team and ads and one-to-one coaching and a big audience. You don't need any of it. And I'm going to teach you how. So I want you to go to the link below and sign up for group coach school right now. Apply right now. Apply right now. You only have like 3 days left until we start enrolling for 2024. And we will not be enrolling until 2024. So fill out this application as soon as possible, and our team will get back to you. If you fill out the application before December 31st, you're going to get access to Offer Bootcamp for free included. All of our students get to come for free. If you're like, I'm not sure yet, I'm going to start with Offer Bootcamp, no worries. Go to the link below, sign up, and I will see you on January 8th. But as always, thank you guys so much for listening, and I will catch you on the next episode.